So evaluation question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? So to start off, I'll talk about Blogger. So Blogger has allowed me to file all of my work efficiently, so everything's easy to find in order of date. So each piece of work is put under a label so that when my Blogspot page is viewed, my work can be found under each appropriate label. From using Blogger, I've been able to upload all of my planning, research and evaluation for both my music video and my print productions. Being useful in giving me the availability at any time to create a new post and put any idea I have onto my blog. I can collect ideas and develop them. Each stage of development can easily be identified in each post that I make. So the embedding functions, such as the HTML coding, the ability to upload images and add links gave me the freedom to embed examples of other similar texts. This has allowed me to reference any intertextuality and provide sufficient examples to strengthen the quality of my work, providing evidence to back up my points. Additionally, Blogger is an online application which is easily accessible, where I can save my posts as drafts, add to it and also post it as a final. I can also revert back to a draft if I make a mistake or post it accidentally, which I have done. Being online, I am able to access my account anywhere I go, so that be in school, on a computer, at home on my laptop, or using the app, which I can use when I have no access apart from my phone, which I always keep on me. This is useful because it enables me to get feedback from my teachers, who can also view my work in many places. And I can quickly act upon revisions effectively and efficiently. Blogger is a great piece of technology to store all of my work, and looking at it on screen, it shows my progression, which I can add to. So next, I'll talk about SoundCloud. It is an online audio distribution platform. It enables users to upload, record, promote and share their originally created sounds. This website proved useful when searching for unsigned British bands, as the majority of artists on the site conform to this category, and most users sharing their music in order to promote themselves and get noticed. You're able to access different genres and get the feel of the type of video that you want to create. To find the genre, all you need to do is just type in the search bar what you want, and you can identify many different tracks to listen to. We went for a folk, indie, alternative type genre from the site, on which we found Scarlet Parade from this. YouTube is a site which is very popular, and it was most useful when researching popular bands and artists to help us with our music video. All of the case studies done is the build up in research came from looking at music videos from YouTube, so taking screenshots and writing about aspects such as genre, representation and audience, which are some of the case studies we did. This is seen in such case studies I conducted in Sam Smith's I'm Not the Only One from Audience, and also Eminem featuring Rihanna with Love the Way You Lie from my representation case study, which I use YouTube for both of these. It was a tool to find intertextual references, because of each video watched has a suggestion box to the right of the video, which identifies similar genres and similar videos to the ones that are on show that you're watching right now. So this was important in giving us a range of extra ideas to use and develop genre characteristics of our own production. So next, social media. So using social networking sites such as Facebook allowed me and my group to keep in contact easily, and we could send messages to each other regarding like the days we were going to shoot the music video. We didn't use this too often compared to other things we used, because we used alternatives, but it was still an effective and efficient way to get in contact with each other if we couldn't do it in our other ways. However, there were other uses to Twitter and Facebook, such as the band's own pages, which gave us the opportunity to see their fan base and interpret who the target audience will be, and to get some extra background information on them. It gave us the ability to see what the band itself posts as well as what the fans do, so we can see how they interact with each other, and find like the types of things they say, which can say a lot about them. There's IMDb and Amazon, which we use. So these two sites were useful in finding reviews and background information of not just the band we picked to do a music video on, but already signed bands, such as like the case studies we did, which I mentioned. So they suggest similar bands and artists to the ones you are already looking up, to the similar genres. So it is quite similar to YouTube in that sense. And it allows you to see what similar bands there are and like the genre to best promote a band, which was influential in progressing the demographic and also the overall quality of our production. Using our mobile phones played a great part in keeping in contact with each other rather than social media. So the app called WhatsApp, it's a messaging service that allows people to chat to each other in groups, and it's free of charge. So all you need is like some internet connection. So me and my group all had the app downloaded. So all we had to do was start a group chat, which we named Media. From this chat, we arranged the dates and times we were meeting, what we needed, what we were going to shoot. Also, we were able to take images on our phones and send them to this chat. So all of us had all the images, so we could all post it to our blogs individually. PowerPoint is the next technology we used. This software played a vital part in keeping most of my research, planning and evaluations in order and neatly created for a professional finish. For example, my research into music videos, I was able to create slides and focus on specific aspect of each case study and back it up by adding images onto each slide to support my comments. After I finished, I would use a site called Scribd, where I would either sign into my account or sign in through Facebook and upload my piece of work onto this publishing site, highlight the embed bar on it, and then transfer it onto Blogger. So I'd copy and paste it onto Blogger, and then so my PowerPoint would then be uploaded onto the blog post. So it'll be ready for me to post onto my blog as a finished piece. From then I can then carry on and repeat the process when I do revisions. The camera we used a camera which was charged up. It was fully charged after every shoot. So every time we were ready to film, it was always fully charged. It was small, so it was very portable. So you can zoom in and out while taking the shots to get a variety. It took still images, which were handy for getting inspiration for print productions. You're able to twist part of the camera, so if the actor wanted to see themselves before shooting, it was possible, so they can get in the best position for the shots, and then it can be turned back round to the director filming it. The tripod is also a very useful tool in supporting the camera, so there's no unprofessional movements and the shots are steady. So when the camera is attached to the tripod, you're able to tilt the camera so that different types of shots can be taken, which is a very useful piece of equipment to have. You can adjust the legs of the tripod to get low and high angle shots, and it's easy to obtain without struggle. Lighting used. So all the lighting used was ambient lighting due to the shot of our music video being in exterior locations. So getting the perfect lighting wasn't a massive issue in respect to keeping the same light for interior shots. So however, filming some parts were on different days, so the weather wasn't always the most reliable, because we filmed in winter, so some days it was sunny and some days it was cloudy. So, but being a reliable group, we were able to find continuity of similar weather due to our availability and dedication, and we were able to edit it out well. For our editing, we used Adobe Premiere Pro CS5. So this software was useful in allowing me to view my shots on screen and cut how long it should be, pressing the I for input to start the cutting, and then pressing O on the keyboard to stop the cut. So I could then drag it onto my timeline, watch it and change it accordingly. The layout also allowed us to review certain shots before placing them into the actual timeline, giving us the chance to discuss what we could change to enhance the mise en scène, as well as conveying a rough idea of how much we needed to cut the clip down. So Premiere Pro also enabled us to change the speed of some of our footage. So this allowed us the creative opportunity to speed some of the footage down to give the impression of time moving slowly. This effect was achieved by right-clicking the clip in the timeline, selecting the speed/duration setting, and altering the number to a desired speed. We used the brightness and contrast tools in order to create cinematic mise en scène, adding definition to the subject by making its presence in the frame bolder. For example, with some of the footage taken on a sunny day or cloudy day, we adjusted the brightness and increased the contrast or decreased it to give a stronger sense of distance between the objects. This program offers a range of effective transitions such as fade to white, which was used in between shots of the flashback in our music video to emphasize it, and then back to reality so it was clear to the audiences what is present and what is past. Also, all the shots have either a cross dissolve or an additive dissolve to make the overall edit of the music video smooth and professional. There was quite a lot of overlap in my music video, so I was able to put in one shot and then put in another shot at the same time, so both on screen together. This required the ability to adjust the sound of each shot so they don't overpower each other and the track can be heard, so the opacity needed to be adjusted on each shot so that they were both clearly visible and the message could be sent out. An example is of the male isolated with the camera going around him 360 degrees, and a shot of the ambulance appears to show contrast between the two shots. That is in deep thought. Flashbacks were commonly used in the edit, and to emphasise on this, I used a black and white and added it to the shots. This, along with the fades to white, showed clear signs of flashbacks. Finally, changing the sound of the shots was important because it needed continuity, that the tracks need to be heard at all times and the shots following each other cannot sound different. Most of the shots' sound was taken out, which in the end proved to be a good idea. So Adobe's Photoshop, it was used when we were doing our print productions for our digipack and our magazine advert. This is a technical software and it's difficult to get to grips with, which I found difficult at the start off with, but I got used to it. So I used this for creating my 4-panel digipack and magazine advert. I went on the internet to find the correct sizes for a digipack, and after they were established, I uploaded each image onto Photoshop. To begin with, I cropped the images so that I only had what I wanted and needed, so it was simply done by using the crop tool. For my front panel, the placard read Betrayal, but I needed to get rid of that, so I filled it in with a box which left rough edges, so I went over what I had using a brush to smooth it out. For panel 1 and 4, the shots were made to be black and white to have similarities to my music video, but I added a red tint to her hair because that colour suggests the colour of scarlet, representing the name of the band Scarlet Parade. I used a tool which enabled me to pick parts of the image and adjust it. So after, in the highlighted hair, I used a red paint to colour it in, and then I went over all of it around the edges to smooth it out so there were no rough edges for a professional finish. Then adding the text was the next step, which involved adding a text box onto the image and adding in the text you want. You can change the font and the size as you go along until you're happy with the look of it. Positioning the magazine advert was important to create a generic and contemporary advert. All the text boxes created were displayed to the right of the screen, so to move anything about, all you had to do was click on the required text and drag it to where I wanted it. So I learned a lot of all new technologies in my research, planning and evaluation stages, and it all helped me a lot, and it was really useful